everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator, so welcome to my Now What series. I have no idea what's happening. It looks like some things are kind of happening on here. Anyways, welcome to my YouTube. Make sure that you're subscribed down below. Hit that bell and you'll get notified when I do go live. Or if you're joining me on my Facebook page, just remember that those videos will only show for 30 days. I don't upload to Facebook because I think they're just going to end up taking them off anyways. But you can always access these videos on my YouTube channel. So welcome. Hello, Pam. Yeah, remember to let me know where you're joining me from. I truly do appreciate it. It's because of you guys that's the reason why I'm here. So this is my Now What series, and with the new catalog, the new online exclusives, I've got a lot more new stuff to use. So I'm going to show you some different things. Sometimes you just don't know how to use them, and sometimes it's just a good idea or a reminder how to do it. So today, of course, I think for the next little bit, I'm going to be doing my fall, Halloween. No, I've done most of my Halloween cards, but an awful lot of Christmas sort of stuff coming up, and then we can go from there as well. Awesome. So let me, hello Sharon, I will go on down to my desktop and I'll show you what we're going to be using today. So I'm going to show you this pine trees trimmings. It does come with a small set of dies, but it also corresponds with these tree shaker domes. So we're going to do a shaker card, but these come with 10 to a pack, I believe. Yeah, 10 to a pack. And I think these are so amazing to use and very easy to use for a shaker card. So I'm going to show you how that gets used. And then, let's see what else. We're also going to use these beautiful gold shaker stars. These stars are so pretty, and it seems like you get a lot in there. Like I think 20 grams is an awful lot to get in something like that. So yeah, I hope that you're going to enjoy this particular card. I did play around a tiny bit with it before. I showed different ways that you could use these stars. You could use the thing like this and use a regular tree. And then of course you have baubles that could go on the tree, and then you have parcels that go there. The dies have parcels, they have the bow that goes on there, they have the star. A star at the top of the tree would be great as well. And then the sentiments. I really like this, from our house to yours, or sending Christmas wishes. I'm going to actually do 'Tis the Season, I think, on this particular one, just because I think it's that type of a thing to use. So I'm going to see if there's anybody joining me off of Facebook on here as well. Okay, so I am going to show you how to use these domes with these stars and make it as easy as possible for you. So I hope it's going to work out okay. I've used them lots. So I was trying to think, can I use something that's a little bit different than Christmas colors? And I do have an idea, but not with this particular one. But we're going to use shaded spruce. And I don't know why I've got that piece of shaded spruce there. I've got these extra scraps. Those are going to be for the sentiment. But I do have my regular card base. It is 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4, and we're going to fold right into that mountain there. I'm going to come in with my bone folder, and then, oh, I know why I've got it. I have another piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. Now I wanted to use this ribbon. This ribbon is bigger ribbon, but it's very pretty ribbon. It's satin ribbon with the gold on it, and I thought that it would go really nice on here. So I needed a base to put this behind because it doesn't tie very good. So, and my ribbon scissors are upstairs, of course there. So we're just going to go ahead and use this. Okay, so I'm not seeing anybody on Facebook, so remember to say hello. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on there, and I'm thinking, should I put it in the middle? Should I put it down towards the bottom? You know what? What am I going to do? I think what I'll do is I'm going to use my tear and tape. I have a little bit on a roll here, so I'm just going to come put that on there and some right here. How many of you have ever used these domes? I think it's kind of amazing how many people have used them, how many people haven't used them. So let me know if you've used them before. Okay, so I'm going to come and put this here. Now I'm just going to put this on here, and then I can move this after because I haven't reinforced them. So it's just, yeah, I had lots to choose from today. Thanks to Laura. She gave me a lot of great ideas, but I couldn't find something that could go with that Aurora Borealis one. I could not find the designer series paper, and without the paper it's almost useless to do it. All right, so that is going to, when we're done, is going to go onto the front there, but I'm going to leave that, and I want to show you some stuff. All right, so this is for the inside. I want to have this shaded spruce with gold on it. You can see why I took that ribbon. See how that goes on there? It looks so pretty. Yeah, you've used domes before? Good. Okay. So I'm going to show you how this is going to work. I want to take this die, this one right here, and I'm going to center it a little bit up towards the top. Or maybe here. And then the sentiment can go down below, or do I want to move it? I'll just leave it there for now. And then I'm just going to tape this on here because I don't want it moving when I run it through this small cut and emboss machine. So let's just go ahead and run that through. And again, beware of my squeaking. I should bring out that blue one. When I get my new stand for my phone, I'll be able to actually use my big embossing buddy. I don't know why. I thought I'd ordered my stand, and what had happened was I didn't go to the checkout. But that happens, right? Okay, so we're just going to do this here. And we can just put that away because that's all we need. Now, when I go to take this off, I'm just going to be very careful how I take this off. And this I could use for something else, so I'm going to leave that alone. And then what we're going to do is I am then taking this piece, and this piece is, okay, I better give you the measurements for this. This piece here is 3 inches by 4 1/4, and then this piece is 2.5 inches by 4 1/4, and it is going to go right behind here. And because I am using a photopolymer stamp set, I'm going to come in with my paper piercing mat. Remember, it's so important that you have that paper piercing mat. So now what I want to do is I want to stamp something on here. I did try doing, see if I'd done something like this, it's just too busy already. And I don't need to use the stars, but I want to use the stars. So I'm going to come in actually with my Versamark, and I am going to use that star, this one right here. And I'm just going to line this up. You notice I put this behind. And then we're just going to put my glasses on, and we'll take and just put this right in there. Like I say, I don't want to do embossing on it. I just basically want a watermark. Now I could have gotten the same effect if I'd used the shaded spruce ink pad as well. Okay. Like that, and then it's just that piece right there, so I'll be able to tell where that goes onto there. So we're going to get that so it's dry. All right, so now on this part here, we're going to take one of our domes and we're just going to take this part off, the top part, just like that. And we're going to put this right behind here. Just like that. Want to make sure it's good and secure there. And then when this goes on top of this, we're taking this white off, and you're not going to see that white behind. But see, it's right like that. Now, I am going to take these, and this, this silly Band-Aid is causing a lot of problems today. But I'm going to come in and I'm just putting these stars, and that should almost be enough. But I'm just going to come in and maybe I'll just put a tiny bit more. These stars are just beautiful. There's ones with holes in, small, and it's just going to go just like that. Now, I'm sure that's enough. Or should I pinch a little bit more? What do you think? I don't know. Hello, Marilyn. You don't use them because they're too bulky to mail. Yeah, these are always those give to cards, right? Give to in person cards. All right, so then it's going to go, and I'm going to take this off of here. And it's not usually that hard. So just like that. These stars are so nice that, yeah. All right, so now I could, but I don't think I really need to put, use the embossing buddy in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm lining up the bottom. You could always cut off the extra. And then I'm just going to lie that right down onto there. Now, I see this is off a little bit, so I'm just going to come in, and you know what? I think that's enough stars in there, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to actually trim that part off. So let's just go ahead and just trim that. Now, like I say, had I done the embossing on the inside, you can see the stars on there, but had I done the embossing on the inside, it just takes completely away from those stars there. All right, so then this piece of gold, and I don't need to attach any more of that because it's already attached by that, the double-sided tape that's on there. So this piece of gold is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And so we're just going to come on and put that together. Now remember how much I do not like using, oh, let's put this on there. I don't like using gold on glue on when I'm going onto gold. So I'm actually going to come in and I'm going to use my seal right here. And that'll be okay. Yeah, you can do an awful lot more with shakers too, because you can use use them for ornaments and that sort of stuff as well. There. Remember, you want to burnish that. Oh, that piece of gold looks crooked. Am I going to get that off of there? Let's try. You know, if you just blow on it, it comes off, eh? I want to straighten that because I don't want that. I don't want to have to go in and try to fix it with scissors. Yep, it's out just by a tad. So I'll just go up there. Can't see to put things on straight, but I sure can see if they're crooked. All right, so let's go ahead and put that back on there. But you can see those stars, how they have the insides out. There we go. There, much better. All right, so then we want to see whether or not if we've got this in the right spot. That ribbon, yeah, I think that ribbon's okay there. All right, so I am going to reinforce it. I know I put it on too long or long across there, but I thought maybe I might be moving it up and down, so that's why I left it like that. All right, so that's going to go onto there. Sometimes using wide ribbon is tough. I find this is the easiest way to use wide ribbon, or use it for packaging. Okay. There we go. And then this can go right onto there. Now, 'tis the season. Let's come and we're going to do that. This, I think the Christmas Wishes is going to be too wide, too low. Yeah. So I'm hoping 'tis the season is okay. Yeah, it'll be okay. So just put it down here, pick it up. And use our embossing buddy if we can find it. And you know what? I should have cut out one of those stars, but we do have those special punches that I was hoping to just find, and yeah, there we go. And this is from that other one there. So I'm just, and I could have taken a star actually from the inside of that piece, but you can tell I used gold on something else for stars. Just use that, but it does have a die. All right, so that's going to go there. Let's come in, like I say, with our embossing buddy. Hello, Dolores. Yeah, it's few and far times in between that we see you, but I do appreciate you coming on here. You love the trees. Yeah, the trees they're really pretty. So I could have put that right on there, so right onto there. So we're going to come in with our gold. My goodness, I've been doing so much stuff for the retreat that I have stuff all over the place again. This place was fairly tidy this morning. Let's just come here. So yeah, one thing you're going to want to make sure that you have in all your stamping spots are some of these paper piercing mats, because you are going to need this, because we're switching all over to photopolymer stamp sets, right? So that's very important that you know that. All right, so I'm just going to heat set that. I think we'll use these gems. These are the same gems that I'm using for my the stamp camp, the Modern Christmas. Remember, if you do live in Canada, oh, by the way, Pam, yours is ordered. It hasn't shipped yet, but I ordered and had it sent directly to you from Stampin' Up. And you should have gotten also your rewards on there as well. Oops. Let's just get that. And you know what would be? I think it would look nice with the... Okay, so let's get this on there. You know what? I'm going to use the glue just because I think it really needs to stick on there. Yeah, the shaded spruce, I don't use it enough. I really don't. Okay, we have the star. I've got some little dimensionals. Put up there. Oh, I know what would have looked really good. There we go. This gold star is going to go there. Now, we could also do a gold frame around that. Let's take a look. I have lots of gold pieces, so I'll just come in with my trimmer. I don't think this is, well, the other way I could do this is do it this way. No, I think if we get this. So this piece here is 3/4. So if I do this piece 7/8, let's do that. It'll just be a tiny bit of gold. 7/8 by, this is 2.5, so 2 5/8. It's just going to be a smidgen around there. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, so I have lots that I want to show you. Oh, look, that is crooked. You guys, it's just crooked by a little bit. Yes, okay. Oh, yes. Well, like I say, that's good. I'm glad you got your rewards. I always, this is 5/8. No, it's 7/8. Let's go there. Let's just put that up just a bit. It's just off by a tiny little bit. I don't know if you caught, whoops, I don't know if you caught the one yesterday that I did with Modern Christmas. Oh my goodness, it's such a pretty, pretty set. All right, so we're going to stick these up with dimensionals. But these domes are really, they're cool. I do have an idea that I'm going to do of another thing using this dome idea. There we go, just a smidgen around there. Okay, let's just go put that there. I think that'll be okay being down. So I'm actually going to just glue that on. Oh, we're not gluing because there's glue or gold. Let's just go there. See how that 'tis the season looks really nice there. But look at those. Don't you just love shaker cards? I think they're so fun. All right, so then I'm coming in with these gems. They're iridescent foil gems. And I'm going for the ones with the most amount of gold in them. Or I could turn around and use these stars on the outside. But I think we'll just use these. And I know I'm all over the place with that. Let's just do that. All right, and then the inside. 'Tis the season. From our house to yours, I think I could put that on there. And I'll do that with embossing on this Very Vanilla. I don't use Very Vanilla very often on the inside of a card, but I really find that with Shaded Spruce, it's better with Very Vanilla than it is with Basic White. Oh, thanks, Sharon. You're so kind. Hello, Sherry. Eastern Indiana. All right, from my house, from our house to your house. And we're just going to use our embossing on there. We're not going to do too much on the inside. There we go. And we'll heat set that as well. We could have maybe used more of those stars. We definitely could have. Yeah, shaded spruce isn't one I use either, Marilyn. Hello, Lorraine. We've talked a few times today. That's been nice. It's so smoky here. Now, when we went for a walk this morning, it wasn't near as bad. So, just going to come in with my seal. Dip the edges of the sentiment in gold embossing powder. That would work too. That would work too. Too late now. I wasn't on the Facebook page, so I'm sorry. And then this is just the 4 by 5 1/4. Just going to go in there. And there we go. It's actually quite plain. I'm glad I did put that gold on, that ribbon on there, or else it would have been really, really, plain. So that's using the pine tree trimmings, the domes, the tree shaker domes, and these fantastic, just, oh, those gold stars. Yes, we could have used more gold stars. Don't be so stingy, Diane. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's part of my now what. Now, so if you like that, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, Saturday is the virtual launch. I'm going to still be doing my sip and stamp, but I think what I might do is, I know it's during a time that we have a challenge, but I don't want to take people away from the launch, so I think I'll do my card sketch, thanks, on Sunday at 10 o'clock Pacific time, like I usually do. If I decide to go ahead and do the one on Saturday, I'll let you know. But I think I'll leave it till the Sunday. I think that would be a better thing to do. But yeah, there's the shaker card. Lots of fun. You can't stop shaking them, right? Remember, if you live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. If there's any of these products that you'd like to purchase, they are now available. 2 at your time, right? No, 10 at my time. And as far as the launch goes, I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, Pam. 4 our time is when we're going to go on and show the make and takes. But no, we start at 7 our time. So what is that? 4 hours difference, is it? Or is it still 3 hours? I think it's 4 hours difference, Pam. So, so that's a halfway decent time for you, but not when we end it, that's for sure. All right, you guys. Remember to create, because it's great for the soul, and we will see you on Sunday. I think I'll do it on Sunday at 10. Yes, the launch. The launch starts at 7 our time, which is 11 your time, and 4 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock your time. So, oh, I'm glad, Dolores, that you like that shade of green. Yeah, it's different, that's for sure. All right, you guys. Like I started to say, remember to create because it's great for the soul. And we'll see you on Sunday.